Welcome to Bokehs episode number 6. Today's headline: Nikon Z5II rumor scheduled to be announced next week, and everyone's dubbing it the baby Z6III. The Nikon Z52 rumored to be announced this coming week. Are you excited? We're going to talk about that. We're going to get into some news. We are going to have some fun here. So, a lot to talk about today. Let me check if we have a strong enough live stream. And if we are live. So, how are you guys doing today? Welcome to Bokehs. Some housekeeping items first. I got a couple of comments saying, what is this? One live stream a week, 2 live streams a week. No, this is 4 live streams a week. Bokehs is 4 live streams a week. Okay, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Time around this time, 8:30 to 8:45 start time, maybe 9 a.m. Going an hour. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and turn on that bell, because you'll be notified when I go live. So, yeah, guys, we're doing this 4 times a week. Is this the only photo live stream that does it this many times a week? Yeah, well, if it is, then welcome. It's good to have you guys here. Let me check one other thing before we get started here. So, how you guys doing today? Happy Tuesday to you all. Real quickly, guys, this live stream is indirectly sponsored by Astory. Okay, they sent me this lens, Astory 27mm f2.8 APS-C Z-mount lens. Okay, I haven't reviewed it yet. I got this lens, Astory, but I'm giving you guys a shout out in this live stream, indirectly sponsored by Astory. However you pronounce that. All right. It's a 27mm Z-mount f2.8 APS-C lens. You know what? Real quickly, let's do an unboxing. See how this thing looks. Real quick. Taking out the box. That's pretty cool. Let's see here. Let's do this. Comes with a nice little box. Good quality box. Cable, I guess, to update your firmware. Where is the lens? All right, there it is. Here's the lens, a little pocket lens, APS-C 27mm 2.8. There's the front of the lens. There's the rear of the lens. If you're listening to this audio only on YouTube Music app, sorry, just switch it over to video, but I'm just showing the lens right now. 27mm, pretty cool lens. I'll go around and I'll do some street photography with this, review this little Astory lens soon. All right, what are we talking about today? And are we live? Let's see if we are. Let me open up some of the chat. Let me see if we got that going, guys. Again, happy Tuesday morning. Today is March 25th, and I'm feeling good today. How are you guys feeling? There we go. All right, let's see. This is today we're going to talk about a couple of things. We're going to talk about that rumored Z52 and what I think about it. And we're also going to get into some Sony news, some Canon news. We're also going to get into some real life photography news. I saw an article on Petapixel, which, struck my interest a little bit. All right, what's up, guys? There you go. I opened the chat box. Abel in Vegas, hello. Cheetah Kid, hello. What's going on? Roman Koch, hello. Abel in Vegas. Good morning. Sorry I missed the live yesterday. No need to say sorry. That's why it's always on there for you to catch up on, you know. I'm doing this 4 times a week, so I don't expect you guys to be on here live all the time. Abel in Vegas. I was in Vegas this weekend, brother. Cheetah Kid, hi, Vahagraphy, Roman Koch. I really enjoy the podcast as a hobby photographer. Welcome, Roman Koch. Long Rider, peace, what's up? NLC Portraits, can't wait to see what that Z52 really going to do. Yeah, we'll talk about that. Cheetah Kid, cool little lens. Yeah, it is. Airtime, what boring camera to release? Airtime, I know you want the Z500, right? Where's my Z500? Bill, great hat and shirt. Hey, thanks, man. AC/DC. AC/DC. Look at the guitar player right here at the end. Oh, no, is that a monkey? No, this is the guitar player. See? And then the Fender hat. Yeah. Big rock fan. Yeah, so Z52. Yeah, let's do this real quick. The audio and video, is it good? Is the audio and video good? I hooked up my podcast mic to this show, got my camera going, and we are live. Okay, let's get started, guys. So the Z52 is rumored to come out, to be announced next week. Now, some are labeling this camera as the baby Z6III. If that's the case, well, that's good. One question I have for you guys, though, the price. Now, at launch, the original Z5 at launch was $1,400. Now, it's rumored for this new camera to have the new tech. Well, they're labeling it the Mini Z6III, right? So it's probably going to have the same processor, updated autofocus. All right, thanks, Cheetah Kid. So, and they're saying that the new Z52 is going to be a little more expensive than the original when it came out. So, right now, you can buy a Z5 for, I think it's $400 with the rebate off, $900. You can buy the Z5 for $900. Original price was 14, or is it 9? Right around under 1,000, I think. But the original price of that Z5 was about 14 to 1,500. So what does that mean for the Z52? Well, they're saying that it's going to be more expensive. And where does that put the Z6III pricing? If the Z52 is going to be a little more expensive than the original Z5 was, let's say $1,699, for example, right? Or maybe $1,599, $1,600 for an entry-level full-frame camera. What is that enough gap for the Z6 price? Because the Z6 price is priced at about 20. Well, at launch it was 2,500. I think right now you can pick it up for like 2,300. So is that enough room? Is that enough leeway for that? The price difference, the price gap, and how many features would it be less than the Z6III? And the body, what will the body look like? Will they change the ergonomics of the body? What about the back LCD? Will it have a flippy screen? What about the sensor? Will it have the same things going on as the new Z5? I bought the Z5 for about $800, 800 euros, I think. Yeah, so there's a rebate going on right now on the Z5, but original price was around $1,400. So they're saying that the Z52 is going to be a little more expensive. So, but I'm worried about the Z6III pricing, and if they price this camera closer to 2K, that's not going to make a lot of sense for buyers. I think it should be right around that $1,500 mark. But that being said, let's see the features. Let's see what kind of features this thing has. Does it perform well with video? How well does autofocus tracking? What are the features that this thing has? And the sensor and all that good stuff. So I want to see the features, the performance of the camera, the ergonomics, and the card slots, and all the new tech. I just want my 3D tracking back from DSLR days. Also, a higher frame rate, NLC says. Yeah, let's see what the frame rate is on this new camera. I mean, like I said, guys, I will strongly give recommendations for this camera when it comes to buying your first mirrorless full frame if you're into the Nikon system. If you already have a Z6III and you're looking for a 2 or 3 camera setup, a Z5II is a good option, just so you don't spend $2,500 again and buy another Z6III. This is a good option. It's got full frame. I'm pretty sure that you'll get very, very balanced colors when you're doing A, B, and C roll video. And what is the battery going to look like, though? Are we going to have the same battery as the ENEL15? Now, I've never owned the Z5, and Cheetah bought a Z5. Question for you, Cheetah. What type of battery does the Z5 use? Is it the ENEL15? Or are we talking about I think it's the ENEL15 battery, right? Same battery as the Z6III? Or is it the smaller Z50 batteries? I don't think it is, right? So it's the ENEL15. It just makes sense. I'm guessing here. I haven't really looked that up. And so we want to check that out. We want to see what the differences are. And are they coming out with a new type of battery? An ENEL15, something like that, C or D, or internal charging, and how hot does this camera get when you're recording out and about, full quality video out in sunlight, the heat dissipation, the ports. I want to see all that, Other than that, the frame rate, the buffer, all those things are very important. I know the Z6III is an incredible camera for the money, and I don't expect nothing less from a camera that Nikon offers. So pretty excited about that. So we'll see next week when this camera is announced. Let's see who's actually reviewing this thing and see what we think, picture quality wise, colors, and all that. The video is what I'm interested in. I want to see the video features. I want to see the focus, tracking features, and if it has all that stuff. I mean, look, the ZF, that retro full frame, right? I love that camera. But it has, you can't record 60 frames a second. You got to record 60 frames 4K crop. I want to see that go full frame. Okay. And if we see, I know the Z6III does 4K 60 full frame, no problem. I want to see this camera. If it is the baby Z6III, will this camera record 4K 60 full frame? If that's the case, then wow, that's great. Great. Because I know that my ZF doesn't do that. Sometimes it's annoying. I have to record in 30 frames per second to get full frame video. Z5 battery is the same as the Z6 camera. Perfect. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, that only makes sense. That's perfect because I got a lot of those. And my D800 is the same battery as the Z6. That's awesome. A 13-year-old, 14-year-old camera. And by the way, recording this the video, I'm using a D800. Yeah. The video is shot on a D800 right now with a 50 millimeter old AI 50 millimeter lens, full frame. Yeah, manual focus. So D800 hooked up to this rig right here. How does it look? Yeah, 2012 camera doing video here, live streaming. I'm using it as a webcam, guys. A DSLR. Pretty incredible, right? So, all right. I'm going to get into some other news real quick, and then we'll jump back onto the Z5 talk. Do you think the D780 is dead? No. Just like I don't think the D700 is dead. Just like I don't think the D800 is dead. D600. I don't think that they're dead at all. The D3, the D4 aren't dead at all. Not at all, guys. No camera is dead unless it doesn't shoot anymore. Don't listen to these guys. See, don't listen to these guys on YouTube. They want to sell you new cameras, guys. They want to sell you. They want you to click on their affiliate links and buy the new stuff. They tell you that, oh, well, this camera doesn't do this. Well, you need to get the new one now. What happens? You sell the old one, you lose money. And then when you buy the new camera, you think to yourself, this is not much of an upgrade. I'm still getting the same results. That's what happens. So, hey, I still have my 3.5-year-old iPhone that I use. iPhone 13 Pro Max. It's good. I mean, I don't need more than this. I don't need the new one. This thing does the same thing that does. Yeah, the new ones have better AI video features. But come on, man. It's an iPhone. So no camera is dead right now. No camera. Michael Miolov. I agree. Yeah, no. I mean, don't listen to these guys. I'm telling you, they're salesmen. Some of them are salesmen. God bless the rumor sites, the guys running rumor sites, but they make money, and that's natural. They make money off you clicking the links and buying the new ones. That's just business. But I'm here to tell you, I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm here to tell you that no camera's dead, no lens is dead. The only time it's dead is if it stops working, it gets stolen, it water damage, whatever. So don't listen to those guys. D780 is one heck of a camera, by the way. I heard that thing does great with video, and one of the only DSLR that's the D780 that's okay when it autofocus tracks, right? I haven't owned the D780, but I heard that it does okay when recording video and autofocus. That's one of the Achilles heels of Nikon with DSLR. They couldn't get their autofocus correct with DSLR. So yeah, Canon had that down pat with the DSLRs doing video. And then Sony came out with their A cameras and totally cleaned house, with their mirrorless lineup. So let's see. I didn't listen to salesmen. I don't listen to salesmen unless I don't know much. I know most of the cameras. No, I know Cheetah Kid, but there's a lot of people that are not like you that listen to salesmen that think their word is gospel, and they're just getting lied to. It's false information. That's why when I walk into a camera shop, I know exactly what I'm going to buy. I don't want to hear pitches. I don't want to hear nothing. It's like that when you go and buy electronics at Best Buy, at the end, they say, do you want warranty? I was buying my kid a PS5 game the other day, and the salesman offered her warranty. I was like, nah, we don't want no warranty with a video game. Come on. Same thing. I just go in there. I don't listen to the pitches. I don't listen to what they think. Oh, you're going to need this. You're going to need that. No, I'm not going to need this. I'm not going to need that. I'll take my chances if something happens. If it's if you're buying like a Sony A1, Sony A1 II, R1, Z9, you're spending $5,000-$6,000, then I'd probably think about buying something additional from the store, right? But other than that, I don't really listen to them, man. I'll take my chances. If something goes wrong with the camera, it's usually going to go wrong the first year, and you're pretty much covered, I think, if you don't drop it the first year of any manufacturer. So that's just my experience, guys. And by the way, I've bought a lot of used cameras from other people that have no warranty. Warranties get voided all the time. And I take my chances. That's the chances you take buying used. And I've had nothing but success. Let's see. Bill, I agree. The camera is just an artist tool for the photographer. Yes, it is. Michael, everyone wakes up in the morning, maybe tries to make some money, innovate, and create. They need to create new things to sell. Yeah, and I'm not dogging them. That's just the business model they have. Some YouTubers, they rely on YouTube income. They rely on the affiliates and the sponsorships to keep going. I don't blame them. because that's all they do for a living. See me, I'm a photographer. I don't need to do this. I don't need to make money here. I shouldn't be saying this, but I mean, that's just the honest reality of this. It's two different approaches to YouTube. So if those guys go down like a Jared Polin and he loses all sponsorships, that channel, I don't think he'd want to go on if he's not making money. So I'm not blaming him. That's just the model he's after, and that's for 90% of photo channels. That's probably what it is. Let's see. Yeah, same. Michael says, I take my chances. More fun to live on the edge. Yeah. I mean, it sucks if your camera goes down, but again, I'll take my chances. I fix my own camera. Well, that's even better, Cheetah. If you fix your own cameras, that's amazing. I mean, I don't. I just shoot, man. I don't even like to mess with anything in there, man. I even get nervous when I have to blow some dust out of the sensor, man. I just get nervous, man. I don't want nothing to go wrong. I don't mess with anything, man. I just put my lens up and shoot. If the picture looks good, sometimes I see like something in the sensor and it's right on the portrait's subject's face. I know it's a piece of dust particle that gets in the way. I have my little manual blower that I use. You squeeze it and it just blows air out. When you're doing that, guys, let me give you a tip real quick. When you're doing that, right, always don't, like, let's say this is your camera, right? This is your camera body facing up. Don't do this with the blower. Don't do this with the blower. Always point your camera body down, okay, down, so the gravity does its thing. And then use the little manual blower downward, so all the little particles go down, not up like this, not sideways like this. That's just my tip for you guys. And I do that sometimes if I need to do that. Let's see here. Besides cameras, any recommendations of any recommended affordable PCs for photo and video? Man, I'm the wrong guy to ask for that. I use Macs for my stuff, and that's pretty much plug and play for me. I don't fix my own computers. I don't buy Windows or PCs. I use Mac. So you might want to talk to Amar Tech Talks for that. Check out his channel. He's a tech guy. Check out his channel. He knows about cameras and stuff like that. So, computers. I just buy like the latest iMac or the latest, MacBook Pro or whatever. I haven't bought one recently, but I think I need to upgrade my system soon. Let's see here. The chat is good today. Good. I'm happy. The chat is better than yesterday. The chat yesterday was not good. Monday mornings, everybody's like recovering from weekend. All right, so what are we at today? Where are we at besides Jonathan PH? What do you think of camera insurance? Do you insure all the gear? Yes, I do. I insure my gear. It's through a renter's policy. I have a homeowners and renters policy that I insure my camera gear under. I don't have a specific business photo insurance. It's just through that. If it gets stolen, that's the only time they will replace my gear. So, let's see. But there are other options. There's companies, I think, that directly deal with photographers. You might want to look that up. Didn't Jared Polin do that once? Didn't he have like some stock in a insurance company or something like that? He was selling insurance at one point for cameras, I think. But yeah, I go through my homeowner's policy for that. Let's see. Z52 Homecoming. We can't wait. Oh, that's good. No, that's good. Olanyi. Olanyi. Is that how you pronounce it? Olanyi. Yeah, we can't wait. That's a small little camera. Cool camera. David, the drunk wedding photographer. Mushi. What's up, brother? Yeah, bro, you're the one that sent me that message. Yeah, I'm trying to do this 4 days a week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday around this time, live stream. I like the live stream format, so let's just keep it this way. You know what I'm saying? I like it. The fact that I can interact with all my viewers and watchers and listeners, and the fact that I can, read your comments, answer questions, and the fact that I don't have to edit this after the fact. It's right on YouTube, ready to replay. The best. Yeah. So live Monday through Friday. No, bro. Monday through Thursday, not Friday. I'm taking on a big task here on Vahagraphy, doing this 4 days a week. I think no other channel does 4 days a week live streams, podcasts, whatever. If they do, then so be it. But no, Friday off, Saturday off, Sunday off. And I think if I have a Friday off, I think I'd work on the Vahagraphy review video, which I will be doing. I'm very much inspired by Peter McKinnon's once a week thing where he does these amazing feature videos. I might just start doing that, one video a week from Vahagraphy, but putting really time into editing and quality and things like that. We'll do the podcast Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and we'll go from there. Texas. Hello, Mr. Vahag. Hello, Texas. How are you? Joshua Amarty. Hey, V. Keep rocking. Josh from London. What's up, man? Hey, it's good to have someone across the pond, watching my lives here. Not only the Grays get all the attention, but hey, a crazy guy from California too. So, yeah. So, shout out to those guys over there. I know we don't see Becky that much. It's too early for me, man. I can't wake up for that live stream no more. But yeah. So, yeah, it's good to have you. Z-Wade Photo. I hope everybody is taking excellent photos this week. What's up, Z-Wade? Here's another guy that's just working his tail off, producing videos for you guys. And I think Z-Wade has this... Z-Wade has that membership thing down pat, He's got that thing going where he releases, hey, members only videos for a couple of days, right? I like that. We got to get together, and I'm going to talk to you about that. That's pretty cool. Join button. Yeah, that's cool, man. How's that working out for you? I have that available, but I hardly get any joins. But if you want to buy me a coffee once a week, hit that join button. And as of now, I'm not doing member-only videos. It's just solely for, if you want to, support the channel. You don't have to, but it's there. Z-Wade Photo. Used M1 Studio. There should be a bunch pop. Yeah, used M1 Studio, fast, a new chip. Try it out. It's not the latest one, but it's a pretty good computer. Mostly, Cheetah Kid mostly use high-end PC update every 3 years. Specifically, probably Apple One. Texas, Mr. Vahag, will you ever visit India? You should see how Indian weddings photographers are doing and how affordable it is. You will be amazed. I'm Village. They still use D3500, and the results will shock you. No, good or bad, the results. I'm thinking it's good. If you're talking about in that context, I think the results are good. Bro, you can pretty much do anything with any camera, even Rebels. I've seen guys shoot with Canon Rebels, D3500s. It doesn't really matter, man. It's the tool. It's the photographer behind the tool to get the job done. And that's cool. Yeah, you know what? One day, that's in my bucket list, Texas. Is it Texas or Tejas? But it's on my bucket list to visit India. I really want to go there. I want to visit Frames, He's a dear friend of mine in India. I met through YouTube. Cool guy, Frames TM. Got a couple of things to hit up over there. And yeah, man, maybe in the future, we'll see. Yes, Mr. Vahagraphy, you're right with the pronunciation of my name. I'm a big fan from Nigeria. Well, welcome. Welcome, brother. Happy to have you here. You guys rock, man. You guys rock. Yeah. John Hughes. Hello, Vahagraphy. I found you. Hello, John. All right, so The chat is lively today. I like it. It's better than yesterday. So this gets me going. This gets me excited. So, but let me read some of the news because we like to keep this podcast under an hour if possible. It's digestible. You know what I mean? When you go over that, it's a little too long. But since I'm doing 4 of these a week, All right. So let's get into some of the news. I want to talk to you guys about interesting little tidbits that I found. Canon has some news to report. Canon EOS R5V specifications, a small EOS R50. Canon EOS R50V will be announced on March 26th, 2025, alongside the global announcement of the PowerShot V1. Canon will also announce the RFS 15-30 and the RF 20mm 1.4 L VCM. So, yeah, Canon's just rocking on the side. You know, even though I shoot Nikon, I kind of keep my eye open on what other manufacturers are doing. And, with all these new Canon lenses that they produced, and they make their own sensors, and they have a rockin' R5II and an R5 and an R1 and an R3. They're doing great things, man. They have the R6 line, they have the R7 line, the R8, and all those DSLRs that came before all these mirrorless cameras. So they're rocking and rolling. Yeah, some people throw them shade because of the third party stuff, and I know they got a lot of heat from the R1. Everybody was expecting that thing to have 50, 60, 80 megapixels. Remember that? Even me. But no, I mean, the R1, they stuck to script. They said, we want our flagship to be what we had in the past. The 24 smaller megapixel camera, speed. I'm okay with that. If it works for photographers, it works. That thing could be killer for video too. 1DX cameras have always been great. So anyway, Canon is coming out with a new lens, 2 new lenses, 2 new cameras. There was an article. The Sony guy was interviewed at CP Plus. And here is what he said. This was an interesting interview. At CP Plus show, Petapixel had a quick chat with Masaki Oshima, head of Sony Imaging Entertainment Business Unit. He said that Sony has maintained its competitive advantage in 3 ways. The first is that we have our own image sensor company in our group. And this is what I've been trying to tell you guys. How many times have I said that they make sensors for other cameras, but their priority is their own camera? And the guy from Sony is saying this right here, advantage. Of course they're going to cater to Sony first. So this just solidifies my argument that they do make their own sensors. They're just like Canon, and they have their own sensor making company. Big advantage. Okay. Does that mean Nikon gets sloppy seconds? I don't know, man. You leave it in the comments what you think. I mean, it's expensive, like I said, to make your own sensors. So I don't know if Nikon wants to throw their hat in the ring. They bought Red. That was a big move for them. So they're making waves. They're making headway too. It's not like Nikon is sleeping and they suck. They're doing their own thing in their own ways, but the sensor. So he says, second is that we are focusing on not only the camera and lens, but also total workflow solution, Creative Cloud, lots of accessories, and so on. And the third one, I can take or leave, but this is big for some photographers and video. Third is our AI biased technologies, AI based technologies. So yeah, they're the leaders in this AI kind of new feature movement that's going on. And I thought this article was pretty interesting and pretty telling from Sony, the guy from Sony. So pretty cool article there. And it's telling, you know what I mean? It's telling. And excuse me. And it's good to see interviews like that directly from the people that actually have hand in camera making and camera business decisions. Unlike us YouTubers that just speculate and guess and make up shit. I don't make up shit, but I'm just saying other people. So let's see some of the comments here. Nope, the R50V B classic type similar to AIE. Is it? Nope. R50V B classic type similar to AE1. Are you talking about Canon coming out with their own retro camera? Digital mirrorless retro camera? Is that what you're saying? Oh, you're hoping. Yeah, I gotta really do my homework when it comes to Canon and see what they're all about. Do some digging on my own. Drunk wedding photographer, mad props to Canon for having affordable lenses. Their 50mm 1.8 RF is only $200. Nikon needs affordable Z glass. It's only $200. The 50-1.8 RF. Is that a new price or is that used price? It's $200. Is that a full frame lens? Well, you said RF, not RFS, so maybe it is a full frame lens. Have you ever used the Nikkor 300 2.8 for sports? How good is it? Oh, how good is that lens? Let me tell you, bro. Let me tell you how good that 300 2.8 is. It's a monster when it comes to everything. Image quality, sharpness, bokeh. It's a monster. Fast. Are you talking about the new I mean F mount, obviously, because Z mount, there's no Z mount, but yes, I've used that lens. I use that lens. I used to own the VR1 version of that lens. I know there's a VR2 version of that lens. I'm not sure. Does Nikon make an FL version of the 300? I know they have a 300 PF, but I don't think that's what you're talking about. I think you're talking about the 2.8. I own the VR1 and it's a killer lens. I mean, you can find some good deals on that. I'd rate that 300 2.8 right under the 200 f2 when it comes to bokeh. I would rate that lens just like buttery sweet bokeh, 300 millimeter. Works well with teleconverters. Works really well with the 1.4. That 300 millimeter is a gem. It's a little on the heavy side, but it's a beautiful lens. That and the 200 f2 are just they're on a little island on its own. I would actually put the 300 2.8 above the 400 2.8 at this point. That 300 2.8 is a monster. Yeah, I recommend it all day, all night. Let's see where we're at here. Use the 300 2.8 sports. Yes, full frame. Yes, new price. Oh, that's killer. So who needs third party, right, Canon? But hey, David, that's just one lens. I mean, you're talking. Canon does have expensive lenses. They are expensive. The 28 to 70 f2, great lens, unique zoom lens. No other manufacturer makes this kind of lens. But at the same time, it's expensive. The 7200, the 85. They have two versions of the 85 1.2. The more expensive version and then the regular version. I mean, they got some killer glass that's expensive. That's up there. So we're not even talking about telephotos that they have. So misperformance price. John, no, but they do have a 120 to 300 f2.8 FL. Yeah, that's what I thought. No, I know that 120 to 300 FL. That's another lens that's very hard to get. I think it's a rare lens. That's very hard to get, the 120 to 300 2.8. And, that'd be a killer lens to use, huh? For sports, but I don't know, man. It's a tough call. You would find a better deal on the 300 2.8 right now, fixed prime lens, than that zoom lens. You'd find a better deal on that because that 120 to 300, last time I checked, they were like $8,000 to $10,000, right? Even used prices. I don't think I've even seen one used. David says, and the Canon RF 24-1.8 is f1.8 is $600 new, but everyone on YouTube only talks about L lenses. Yeah, I mean, L lenses are the pro line, but kudos to Canon for actually having these lenses available for beginner photographers, that somebody doesn't want to spend money, and for somebody that wants backups. I totally use the 24 millimeter 1.8 RF for a backup to my 24 to 28 to 70 f2. If that thing goes down, I have a 24 inexpensive $600 lens to shoot walk around dancing photos at a wedding. I mean, I can shoot 24 millimeters group shots, this and that. So there is a story. And by the way, all you Sony shooters out there, I know Long Rider is a big time Sony guy, and some of you guys are, and there's thousands and thousands of Sony shooters out there that use Sony for wildlife, that shoot Sony for sports, videography. I see Sony cameras mostly at weddings. Other photo and video companies, they use Sony. But I got a question for you Sony shooters. How do you like that A1 II? If you have that A1 II. Sony, don't sleep on Sony. I have always loved that A7R5. I was gonna get one. I tried one out. My buddy has it. I love the screen on that thing, how it flips around, and the tilt feature on that camera is awesome. The higher megapixel on that camera is awesome. You're not gonna get fast global shutter stuff going on, but come on, as a portrait photographer, as a still photographer, do you actually need global shutter? But I like what they're doing. Sony's dude. They broke ground with the back in the day when they came out with the A7S line. That camera was revolutionary in low light. No other pocket camera like that, consumer kind of pro camera in its class, shot low light like that camera shot low light, and everybody just went crazy over the A7S. Then the A7S II came out. Then the A7S III came out, and the people still using the A7S III right now. Beautiful camera, A7S. I mean, they have great cameras. I'm not liking the older Sony A ergonomics when I hold it. That's fine. That's just me though. You might like it, but I heard the new Sony A1 II, the new A9 III. Oh, the A9. When the A9 came out, what did it do? It was revolutionary. It was the first blackout-free, right? Mirrorless. That thing was awesome, man. But anyway, kudos to Sony, and I think they're improving their ergonomics and their buttons placement. They listen to their viewers, so that's good. Thank you. You're welcome, man. Anytime here in Vahagraphy. If I can answer your question, guys, if I know some knowledge on that stuff, and no one knows everything, guys. If I don't know something, I'll tell you I don't know. But if I use that 300-2.8, which I've owned, I'll tell you that it's a fantastic lens. I have experience with that lens, and I'm not just saying it just to say it. I've actually owned it, used it. It's one thing to review a lens. Company gives you a lens for a week, stay hush-hush about it, and then give it back. But it's another thing to actually own it, sleep with it, put makeup on that baby. That's my baby. And I used it, and I owned it. So I know that lens. Cheetah says, I saw the Viltrox lens 135-1.8 lab. I guess you got one? No. Viltrox, send me one. I'm very interested in that lens. I heard it's very damn close to the Plena. I want to see how close to the Plena it is when it comes to features and image quality. Viltrox, send me that damn thing. All right? I'll put a link of this live stream over to Viltrox. I want that lens. They're cool, man. Like, I wanted the 16mm 2.8 for personal photography stuff, and they sent it to me. I made a review. They sent it to me. No questions asked. I mean, Ask Story, send me a lens, and I got to review this. Yeah, they emailed me a few times. Hey, where's the review? I'm like, dude, you'll get it. Hey, but free plug. Astory, this podcast indirectly is sponsored by Astory. They sent me this thing, so I'm giving you guys a free advertisement here. Astory. But anyway, Viltrox is cool. They send me stuff. GVM sends me stuff from time to time. I asked GVM, I wanted that slider. They send me a motorized slider, the big one, and it's great. I'm going to start using that thing on my live streams. We'll see. I love the slider effect we get on that. Anyway, Nikon are developing sensor technology. No, not sure how it's being used yet. It's on their website. They are, huh? What's up, Davey boy? Okay, that's cool. Nikon, they are developers. They are developing sensor technology. Okay, if they're using it, we don't see it yet, but I think they're probably using it for their other industry, like other companies that they actually offer. They do a lot of like microscopes and all this other stuff, and like AI stuff, and I don't know, it's crazy. I'm only concerned about the photo imaging department of Nikon. I don't really look into what they're doing. It doesn't really, I don't have any like say in what they do, and I don't really care what they do. Just as long as they give me cameras and lenses for photo and video, that's all I care about, really. Andre, what's up, Andre? I have the Plena and I love it, but would have probably opted for the Viltrox had this been available at this time. Hey, Andre, aren't you concerned about resale value? Nah, I'm kidding. $900, bro? What resale value? I don't care if that thing drops. I'm not selling that thing if I get it, right? Are you selling that lab if it's as good as the Plena? I mean, I'm dreaming at this point. I know it's not going to be as good as the Plena. Come on, really, right? However, if it's this close to the Plena, I don't mind because it's 3 times less. But yeah, that Plena is remarkable lens. So there's one thing I want to get to before we end today's podcast. There is a story out, and this really pisses me off, guys. There is a story out I read. And how many of these am I going to actually read before something really just gets done with this? I know it has nothing to do with photographers, have nothing to do with this. You know, there's very limited things we can do in the photo industry to prevent stuff like this. But every time I read an article where a photographer or a store gets burglarized, or it just hurts, man. There was a story out March 24th, 2025. California camera store loses $100,000 worth of gear in a smash and grab. Another camera store in California has been left reeling following a smash and grab robbery, resulting in an estimated $100,000 worth of camera equipment being stolen. Store owner and president of Shutterbrook Camera Shops in Santa Rosa, Mike Patchke, tells the Press Democrat that shortly before 6 a.m. in the morning of Friday, March 21st, a black Lexus sedan rammed through the store's glass front. Security footage reviewed by Patchke shows suspects jumping out of the vehicle, smashing display cases, and grabbing high-value camera gear, fleeing the scene. The store, which is one of the last remaining independent camera stores in the area, was still checking inventory on Friday to determine the total value taken out as of yesterday. It is back open to the public and operating regular business hours. Santa Rosa spokesperson, blah, 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 da, 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 da. Okay, so guys, it hurts, bro. It hurts, guys. It just hurts when we see these things happen. And nothing is being done about it. I mean, crime and punishment needs to come back. These burglaries, these thieves, these crooks, they need to see punishment. They need to see that this is not really okay to do. You know, this is not okay. They need to be locked up, guys. I'm not into this whole releasing, you know, early and guys, this is like the camera stores are, you know, they're disappearing. We hardly have any camera stores left. Something like this happens, and it's like, come on, really? And then, yeah, you might say it's insurance. They have insurance. We shouldn't worry about it. They don't cover everything, guys. Insurance doesn't cover everything. It's a pain in the ass sometimes. Insurance premiums go up. The insurance companies stop insuring businesses because they know something like this is going to happen. I'm not on the side of the insurance company. Trust me, they have their own little racket going that I'm against. But just because you have insurance doesn't mean you're not going to lose here. Okay? You guys walk into Rite Aid these days, it's a pain in the ass to buy deodorant now. You walk into Walmart these days. The other day I went to the Walmart. I was looking at some socks. I had to buzz the little buzzer, and it took 5 to 10 minutes. I think it was 10 minutes. I waited for somebody to come and unlock and give me the 6-pack of socks. It's just an inconvenience. It wasn't used to be like this, guys, and that's the way it is in California. By the way, in Walmart, it's just not there. You got to press the button. The representative comes in, unlocks the cage, and gives you a 6-pack of socks, your underwear, your deodorant, your Colgate, your whatever. They're all under lock and key, guys. So, yeah, I mean, the only thing I can say is the people that smashed and grabbed these cameras, they probably have no knowledge of this camera equipment. They probably don't know what they're taking and how they're going to sell it. I'd look into pawn shops. I'd look into, Craigslist, OfferUp, see what people are selling. I know they have this little thing where they take it to this super high secret underground buyer that buys everything. They just get rid of them in bulk. But still, guys, it's crazy. Like, I used to attend the bargain camera show here in Southern California. You guys ever been to that? I don't know if they're still going on, but I know after COVID they stopped doing it. But guys would walk into this bargain camera show. It was once a week, and people that bought and sold used cameras and lenses would set up booths. It was a really cool show. It was called the Bargain Camera Show. And I think David probably been to it. You'd see these guys in backpacks walk in. And they try to sell their gear that they have in their backpacks. And these guys at these booths would buy this gear. One time I was there, because I would buy used. It's a cool place to buy used vintage glass, too. I bought a lot of glass. I bought a lot of cool glass over there. So this guy walks in with a backpack, takes out a 1DX camera. And at the time, the 1DX was maybe 2 years, maybe 1 year old at this point. So it's pretty hot, it's pretty nice. He pulls out the 1DX. The owner of the booth tries to look for the serial number. And the serial number, the plate was replaced, scratched off. There was no serial number. No, they actually replaced the plate. I think the bottom plate of the serial number was replaced. He went into the menu system. You can see during the inspection, he went into the menu system, and there's a way where you see the serial number in the menu system, and it was right there. It was different than the camera body serial number. That thing was stolen. It was hot. It was a hot item. So he said, "Sorry, man, I can't take this. I'll take it, but it's got to be like a couple $100." The guy just said, he got all pissed off. "What do you mean, man? It's my camera. What do you mean?" He goes, "Dude, the plate is different than the internal serial number." So it's crazy. It's crazy, guys. A photographer's getting assaulted. Photographers getting his camera stolen. Camera shop's not even safe. So it's a problem, guys, and we need to see some justice. We need to see punishment. Where I come from, guys, not now, I don't know how it is now, but where I come from, there was nothing like this. people would leave their doors open, windows open. There was nothing going on like this because they knew if somebody did some crazy stuff like this, they knew that they would get banned from the community. Everybody would X him out. They would get punishment. They would be labeled a loser for the rest of his life. And we don't see punishment. We like to see punishment. In some countries, you know what happens? They get their hand chopped off if they steal. If they steal, they get their hand chopped. And guess what? Guess what happens? They don't steal. They don't steal over there. I'm not saying that's correct. That's right. I think that's cruel. That's going to the extreme. But that's just an example of somebody. That's just an example of crime and punishment. These guys need to see that it's not okay to do this. You know, a relative of mine a week ago got burglarized. 3 guys jumped in when they were not home, tried to steal stuff in his house. It just pisses me off, guys. So hopefully things will get better. And we have a new DA in LA, but we'll see what happens with that. All right. I guess we're right around an hour, and that's where I want to be. I went over everything I wanted to talk about in this live stream, and I want to thank each and every one of you for joining live. And have to go now. But thanks for joining, John. Cheetah Kid. Camera stores are like jewelries. Jewelries are very, very easily sold and traded. That's probably what these people are after, is jewelry, because you can get rid of jewelry and they get a lot of money for gold. Have you seen the gold price? Never been like this before. The gold price over $3,000. Gold is just crazy, crazy sought after, man. If you got gold, hold on to that. It's the best investment you can make right now. Gold is the best investment you can make. So they're after the gold, the diamonds. Not necessarily that much diamonds. I mean, if it's 2, 3, 4 carat stone, that's different. But, you know, little gold princess cut jewelries, not worth much. People are after the gold that's, you know, under those rocks. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. This was fun. Episode number 6. The Z5II. We'll see what happens when they come out. When it does come out, when it is announced, what I'm going to do, we'll do a live stream. One of these episodes, we'll go over line by line all the specs of the new Z5II versus all the specs of the old Z5 versus all the specs of the Z6III. And I want to just go line by line. I want to go ahead and go over what the differences are slowly. And I want to make it clear on this podcast. And then I'll give you my final verdict on the price, if it's worth it, what I'm impressed on, and we'll go from there. Once it's announced, I'll put my little list together and we'll take it from there. But I'm excited. Let's see what the Z5II has in store. And yeah, will it have new features? Will it have something that separates this camera from the Z6III? Sometimes camera manufacturers do that, you know. They put a feature on a lower camera, a newer lower camera, that the older camera doesn't have. They do this sometimes. Didn't they do that with the Z8 and Z9? Some of the features on the Z8 you don't see on the Z9. They do that sometimes because it's a newer technology, it's a newer camera, and it's a selling point. It's a headline. You know, check this camera out, guys. This is brand new, $1,600, $1,500, whatever it is, the new camera price. And also, I have gold and silver. Yeah, gold and silver. Nice to see you. Take care. Yeah, and thanks, guys. Thanks for contributing. But what I was saying was that newer cameras, the features, and this and that. But also, when the new camera comes out, right? For those of you that don't have a Z5 and that always wanted that camera and they don't mind not having the new technology, not having the new processor, not having the new autofocus, and it's good enough for them to have the older processor. If they're doing stills with portraits, or if they're doing landscape photography and the old camera, they wanted one, but they couldn't afford one, watch for that price to drop. Perfect time to buy a used Z5 or a new Z5 with this rebate right now. I do that. Some people do that all the time. Hey, I'll get into a Z5 because it's affordable now for them. You know? I've seen those things go for a lot less than the retail stores right now. Obviously, the rebate hurts the used seller, and that's a pretty aggressive rebate for a camera that doesn't have that much room. You know, 1,400. That's 1,300 versus 900 right now, and under $1,000. That's not that much room to play with there. So you might look into something used too. You never know. So anyway, the camera manufacturers don't want, me saying this. They want you to buy new, but hey, it's facts of life, guys. And some people don't want to buy used body no matter what. Then that's fine. If that's you, that's fine. But I buy used bodies all the time. I have gold and silver. I buy used bodies all the time, and I remember when I bought my D4, guys. My D4 was so hard to get back in 2012 that thing was just hard to source. That thing came out, and I couldn't find one for the life of me back in 2012. I saw one new, but somebody was selling private party, and he sold it to me for the retail price, not one penny discount. He just wanted $6,000, and that's what I went ahead and paid him. It's $6,000. That was retail price, was I think $59.99, and I paid him $6,000. We met at a bank. It was a brand new camera, not one shot in the camera, but I don't have the receipt that says my name on it. That's the only thing. So sometimes you got to do that to get the camera. But anyway, we'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Focus Bokehs, episode number 6. The Z52 rumor later this week. Is it the Mini Z6III? We'll find out. We'll find out soon enough. And I can't wait to see your guys' reactions, guys. Like, subscribe, share. And we'll see you tomorrow on Focus Bokehs Podcast, episode number 7. What are we talking about tomorrow? Leave it in the comments if you have questions. If you want me to tackle on a specific topic, question of the day maybe, I might just pick that up and run with it for tomorrow's show. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Thank you for watching. This is Vahagraphy. I'm Vahagan, your rock and roll photographer. We'll see you tomorrow. Rock and roll.